Hi there, it's me again, your Lavanya. We are going to discuss about the next verse in Unmai vilakkam for today. Verse number 21. Just a small recap. We have already discussed about the 24 Anma Tattvam. We have also discussed about the 7 Vidya Tattvam, and yesterday's song we discussed about the names of the Suddha Tattvam. There are 5 areas which we just discussed only the names. Now today we are going to talk about how are these functioning. When you talk about the Siva Tattvam, we need to understand the way how it functions. So that is what verse number 21 is going to give us a clarity about. Let's look at the verse. சுத்த வித்தை ஞானம் மிகும் தொன்மையாம் ஈசுரம் தான் அத்தன் தொழில் அதிகம் ஆக்கியிடும் ஒத்தல் இவை சாதாக்கியம் என்றும் சத்தி சிவம் கிரியை ஆதார ஞான உருவாம். This is the verse number 21. Now we have already seen in yesterday's song that there are 3 Shaktis: Icha Shakti, Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti. When you talk about Icha Shakti, it is nothing but desire. The urge to do something is Icha Shakti. This will never increase or reduce. It is ever going to be in the same level. Probably the things that we are having a desire on could change. When I was a 5-year-old kid, probably my desire is towards chocolates. When I reach age 10, probably I would be having a desire for ice cream. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, the things that we are having an urge for will change, but the level of urge will never change. So we can always see that Icha Shakti will never increase or will never reduce. But what increases and reduces for a human being is Jnana, which is the knowledge, and Kiriyai, which is action. Now, sometimes we can see that we are very, very active. If you look at it, early in the morning, we will get up, we'll do our exercise, we will climb mountains and all these, and then we will do like 50 push-ups and everything, yet we will be bouncing with energy. This is where action or Kriya Shakti is in its highest. Sometimes we don't feel like doing anything. We just want to sit quiet, think and just reflect on our own self, listen to some nice soothing music and all these. So if you look at it, that is where Jnana, which is knowledge, is higher. Now the proportion that we are having, knowledge and action, that determines the 5 Shaktis, the 5 Tattvams over here. So let's look at it. If you want to draw a scale, draw a scale with a heading like knowledge, and you can say 100%, 75%, 50%, 25% and 0%. If you draw a scale like this, it will be more easier for us to visualize it. Now, when you talk about 100% knowledge, there is no action but just knowledge. We are sitting in bliss, that kind of a situation. That is where Siva Tattvam is action. The action of Siva Tattvam is coming in place over there. Or the characteristics of Siva Tattvam is no action but 100% knowledge. Now when it just gets a little bit with the action, so what happens is Kriya Shakti is about 25%, and predominantly we are having Jnana Shakti, which is knowledge. So 75% of knowledge and probably 25%. By the way, a disclaimer, the percentage that I'm saying is not casted in stone, just for our understanding. I'm just giving it as a figure so that we will be able to understand and interpret it, so that we can create a clarity, we can have a clarity in terms of the concept. Just for our perceiving the information, I'm giving the percentage, but it is not casted in stone. Just somewhere around that, yeah, ish, you can imagine that there is an ish over there. So 100% knowledge is Shiva. Now, knowledge is 75% and Kriya, action, is 25%. This is the place we call it as Suddha Vidhai. Suddha Vidhai Tattvam comes in at that particular position. If it is exactly equal, 50% Jnana, 50% action, that is where 50% knowledge and 50% action, that is where we call it as Sadashiva. Sadashiva is nothing but the linga form. The linga format is called as Sadashiva, which is 50% knowledge and 50% action. The next one is, of course, the knowledge is reducing more, but the actions are getting predominantly higher. So, which means about 75% action, 25% of knowledge. This is the place we call it as Iswaram. And on the extreme, 100% action and 0% knowledge is what we call it as Satti Tattvam. So, it starts with Shiva, Suddha, Vidhai, Sadasivam, Ishwaram, Sakti, which you can just assign some kind of a percentage where 100% is knowledge and slowly it reduces to 0%. Or if you want to draw the other way, the scale other way on action, Kriya Shakti, you can start with 0, finishes all the way to 100%. Either ways, both representations means the same to us. So, this is the first step. With this song, with this verse, we are concluding the 36 tattvams. You remember, the disciple was asking 8 questions and we have just concluded the first question's answer. What are the 36 tattvams? This is what we call it as Tattva Roopam. There is again a technical term that we need to take note of. There are 10 stages a human life or a soul will need to achieve in order to achieve realization, attain realization. The first level is Tattva Roopam, to say, yes, I know the names of the 36 Tattvam, I know the form, I know the shape, I know the functionality. As long as we are able to say, these are the 36 Tattvams, these are the forms, these are the colors, these are the Bija Mantras, whatever, we are already getting onto the first step, which is Tattva Roopam. After this, we need to achieve Tattva Darisanam, Tattva Shuddhi, Anma Roopam, Anma Darisanam, Anma Shuddhi, Siva Roopam. There's a lot, 9 more steps for us to achieve. So, right now, with the 21 verses that we have seen, we have just stepped on the first stepping stone. Nothing to worry. Of course, all the stumbling blocks are going to become a stepping stone for us. Sure, it will be one. So, with this, we are concluding verse number 21. Again, I'll come back to you with the next verse very soon. Until then, bye-bye.